The official trailer for Solo: A Star Wars Story dropped last night and is currently trending #1 on YouTube with over 3 million views already. I love Star Wars, even the prequels if I'm honest, but I haven't been too excited about this movie. I just didn't feel like Han Solo's story needed telling. I guess I felt that it might ruin the Han Solo we already know and love. The trailer, however, did look pretty good, and as always with any Star Wars film, I will be heading to the cinema when it's released. Instead of going over all the details as I've done in the past for a few different trailers, for this one I wanted to examine different characters and places so we could speculate on what we might be getting in May. Yes, I am of course talking about that infamous Season 2 with its tie-in to the Solo film. I know most of us wanted a Clone Wars prequel season first, but it doesn't look like that will happen just yet. The two seasons could come at the same time and that would be interesting, but more than likely it will be Solo then Clone Wars after. A few people have asked me now, why do you think Season 2 will be Solo related? And the answer is quite simple. Rogue One was made into a DLC. The Last Jedi was made into a season, and like these two, Solo: A Star Wars Story is a big event for Star Wars, Disney, etc, and they will not miss an opportunity to tie it into the main Star Wars game. The game I'm talking about is obviously Star Wars Battlefront 2. What people seem to forget is that there is a whole new generation of Star Wars fans growing up watching the backstory films and sequels now. If they enjoy the movie, which we all might, then to have a game tie into that equals more profit, as people will likely buy the game just to play as these new characters. With that said, from watching the official trailer, what characters and places might we see come into Battlefront 2 in May? From maps so far I can only see one being added, and that is Corellia, which as most of you will probably know is the homeworld of Han Solo. It's an industrial planet known for its ace pilots and large starships. We see a Star Destroyer being built at the beginning of the trailer, and even the iconic Millennium Falcon was built here. From the trailer, most of the action looks to take place in Corellia, so if there was going to be any new planets added to the game, I would expect this to be it. Still, we may also see some other planets like Vandor pop up, as this is where the Convex train heist takes place. For new heroes, I don't think EA DICE are going to miss out on an opportunity to put Emilia Clarke into the game. She of course plays as Qi'ra in the Solo Star Wars Story film and looks to have some importance in Han Solo's life. From what little details I could gather, the two grew up on the streets together, so the line "I might be the only person who knows what you really are" makes a lot of sense here. We see her get in on the action, throwing explosives and recruiting Lando during the trailer, so she might turn out to be a well-liked character. Another one I can see them add into the game is a villain in the movie called Enfys Nest. I think I'm saying that right, or maybe Enfys Nest. There are not many details for this character yet, but she is an enemy to Solo in some way, as the two face off showdown style in the trailer. We get some more details from a French magazine excerpt which reads, "Enfys Nest is an extremely dangerous marauder and has quickly forged an infamous reputation for herself and her gang of pirates." So those details there make it clear that the part is going to be played by a woman and that she'll be pretty deadly. All I can think is that hopefully she has a bigger impact than Phasma did in the sequels. She looks to be an interesting character, but as we know practically nothing about her so far, I'm not certain on whether or not she'd make it into the game. All I can think is that Phasma barely played a part and still made it into Battlefront 2, so it would be fairly likely that we will see this Enfys Nest, as she has an interesting look about her. Yes, if there is going to be a faux Solo season, we need at least 2 characters to be added, 1 hero and 1 villain, so another possibility might be the big shot gangster who puts together the crew. His name is Dryden Voss, and he has those scars all over his face and some kind of fancy blade whip weapon which we see him use in anger. He definitely could make for an interesting villain if he is added. Other rumoured details I've read say that Enfys Nest is not the main villain in the film, so Dryden Voss will probably take that place. So there's just a few hero and map ideas that I've had from watching the trailer. Other than that, I would expect to see some new skins added relating to the Millennium Falcon, Han Solo and Lando Calrissian. Pretty much just young versions of them all. It could be pretty good, we just don't really know at this moment in time. All I know is with Battlefront 2 the way it is right now and what we've heard so far, cosmetics will come this month and then something is definitely going to happen in May. Disney will be pushing for the game to tie in with the film, so as said a few times before, we'll likely see the start of Season 2 on May the 4th. That's just my guess, but I think it's highly likely as Star Wars is always linked to May the 4th be with you. Because of the Solo film, I'm expecting Solo to be Season 2, then after that I think we might get that highly requested Clone Wars prequel content. I'm not sure that's the best course of action for this game, but like I say, hopefully the Solo film is good, then the tie-in content should also be good to keep us going until the content we've all been waiting for actually arrives. But anyway guys, that's my thoughts on Season 2 and a Solo Star Wars story. Let me know what you guys thought of the trailer in the comments. Are you looking forward to it now with the tie-in season, or are you still on the fence? What do you think of the possibility of these characters and planets being added that I've just mentioned in this video? Would you like to see them in Battlefront 2? As always guys, thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.